1,000 Chinese died by the Japanese because their parents helped these pilots. And I think it's the greatest story of World War II. It's the solidarity of our people. It's what the Chinese wants.
We have brought 500 Flying Tigers back to China over the last 30 years. Sadly, they're all gone. There's still 4 of my board members, Flying Tigers, who are healthy. But that's it. That's the thousands of Americans who are here. It's just a handful that's left. The period of the Second World War, 3,000 American airmen died. Most died flying supplies in from India. Every gallon of gasoline, every machine gun bullet had to be flown over the Himalaya Mountains from India to Kunming. And that was very dangerous. They started with a Doolittle raid in 1942, and they killed 250,000 more Chinese women, men, and children for helping 64 American bomber crewmen get away. And that is the way the Japanese World War II treated the Chinese people. There was great courage on the part of the Chinese people to help Americans. There was the commitment, the anger, the get these Japanese people out of my country. I'll do whatever I can. That's courage. That's a way of fighting. You're fighting for your country. That period is the closest period that Americans and Chinese have ever showed with one another. No matter how difficult the odds, no matter how difficult the situation, if they work together, they win. Well, we saw it last year. It's a really remarkable piece of history. Engine is complete, most of the wing is complete. It's remarkable the way it was found, the fishermen, I believe. The plane was attacking a Japanese gunboat, we think, a light destroyer on the river. A process called skip bombing. So they were very slow, very low to the water, very fast. And apparently something happened. Perhaps the pilot or co-pilot were hit with gunfire, and the plane suddenly went up and hit the mast, which is the tall antenna warship. Plane went up and then crashed into the side of the river. The other pilots flying around reported that it looked like the bomb that it was using to hit the Japanese ship bounced again and landed near the airplane. So they don't think anyone survived. The crew is still listed as missing in action, meaning their bodies were never found. But it's just a remarkable thing that this town, this village, has taken to its heart to preserve this symbol of history between the two countries during World War II. If you're an American mechanic on an airplane, you have to work at midnight to fix the airplane. You're getting your knuckles torn on the engine instruments. And you've got a Chinese soldier, a Chinese mechanic working with you. They shared something. They shared an understanding. We have to share that with this generation. In World War II, more than 2 million Chinese people built runways, built airports for the American pilots. They had a faith that if they killed themselves physically to build these runways would be used to drive the Japanese away. That's a relationship that very seldom in history have you got two groups of people working that hard, that conscientiously for each other.
我们过去是朋友，有道理，现在也是朋友。我们是为了和平而建的。今天我们来了，我们表示欢迎，欢迎。
Americans and Chinese together under a huge, terrible situation. They beat this terrible occupation by 2 million foreign soldiers who shot and raped and killed and punched and everything they could to conquer China. To overcome that, that's far worse than anything you can think of. I've been bringing these veteran pilots back to China 30 years now. I noticed a look on the face of these pilots. The look they see when they see modern China is pride. They're proud because they feel they're part of it. What does it mean today? It means the same thing. If America and Chinese people cooperate, they win. If we remember World War II, that tells us if we work hard, we can cooperate. If we remember what my father's generation did and what your great-great-grandfather's generation did, we understand that together, America and Chinese win. We have over 100 schools now in China. You see here, our students are exchanging emails. Our students become flying tigers. There's a connection, and it's not lost. Our students are ambassadors when they go home to tell the story. So I'm just very proud that we can do this. I'm very happy. They're learning something that'll last all their lives, but they're learning the importance of that relationship from 80 years ago. America and China, as the two world's most powerful countries, we have more in common than we have things that divide us. And the things that divide us are silly. You know, their students learn to reason, to work together. And, you know, I'm very optimistic about the future.